Hi, welcome to automationtesting.in. In this video, we will see JUnit 5 annotations. So, what is annotation and what is the purpose of annotation in JUnit 5? Okay, so we'll see annotation is a feature introduced in Java 5. Okay, so the annotation feature is introduced in Java 5. So, as discussed in our previous video, we are using Java 11. So we can use annotations in 11 version. The reason is it's already introduced in the Java version 5. Okay. So annotation is used to add metadata to your Java source code. So metadata means normally we'll say data about data. So it is giving more information about the Java source code. If you want to give more information about your Java source code, you can use annotation. Okay. This will allow you to add information to an existing data object in your source code. The same thing, right? You are giving information about the existing data object in your source code. Java allows users to define their own annotations too. So out of the box, you will get so many annotations from the Java 5. So apart from that, if you need an extra annotation, so you can create your own annotation also. Okay. So that option is available. So annotation can be described using @ symbol. So you are using annotation, then how Java will come to know that that is an annotation? So for that, you need to use @ symbol in front of that annotation. So then that become an annotation, and that is discovered or understood by your Java that, oh, this is an annotation the developer used here. Something like that it will understand. Okay. And JUnit 5 annotations will direct the execution flow of the program. So this is the important point, that annotations will direct your program how to execute. Okay, it will instruct, it will direct your program which one to execute first, which one to execute last, which one to execute now. Okay, so that kind of instructions can be given by the annotations. So if you still have some confusion, in the next slide or next videos, you'll come to know what exactly I'm talking. But theoretically, JUnit means not only JUnit, the unit testing framework means here annotations. So these annotations will be direct the execution flow of the program. Okay. So for that we have so many annotations. So we'll see one by one. You see, I have given a table here with the different annotations available in the JUnit 5. So left side, this is annotation, and the description of that annotation means the purpose of annotation. So the first and very important annotations in JUnit 5 is @test. So @test is one of the important annotations in JUnit 5, and all other annotations is supporting to the test annotation. Okay, so the which we are saying before each, before, after each, before all, after all annotations supporting test annotation. The important one is test annotation. So what it is supporting, why test is important annotation, we'll see one by one. So going forward, you'll understand everything what I'm talking. So simply we'll see what is annotation and what is the purpose of that annotation. And here we will see only theoretically. So we'll discuss each and every annotation one by one in the next videos by taking some examples. Okay. So @test denotes that a method is a test method. We are testing, right? So JUnit 5 is unit testing framework. So we are doing unit testing by using JUnit 5. So when you're doing unit testing means there should be a test method. So that can be denoted by @test annotation. So that is the reason test annotation is important. Means whenever you annotate a method using test, that is having the actual functionality to test. Okay. So before each, so it denotes that the annotated method should be executed before each @test, @repeated test, @parameter test, or @test factory method in the current class. Okay. So you have another test annotations. Apart from @test, we have @repeated test, @parameter test, or @test factory. If you have these kind of annotations in the class, so before each annotated method will be executed, before each test method. For example, if you have two test methods, for each test method, this before each will get executed, means this will execute two times. How many test annotations you have, that many times this before each will get executed. Okay. So sometimes it will be confusing, but while taking one example, you will come to know what I'm talking. But in this video, theoretically, we will see, then you will have at least idea that how many types of annotations are there, and you will come to know that what is the purpose of that annotation. Okay. So the after each means it is opposite of before each. So how many test methods you have, that many times it will execute after executing this test method. Okay. So before all means it denotes that the annotated method should be executed before all @test methods, not only each and test method, all. For example, inside a class, you have 4 test methods. So the before all will get to execute only one time before executing all these 4 test methods. Means it executes only one time per class. Okay. So after all, this is opposite of before all. So if you have 4 annotated with @test annotation, so after executing these 4 methods, then after all will get executed. Okay. So if you go to the next slide, parameterized test denotes that a method is parameterized test. Means for a particular method, you have given so many parameters that can be denoted by parameterized test. Repeated test denotes that a method is a test template for a repeated test. Means if you want to execute a particular method more than one time, so that time repeated test will help you. If you want to write some dynamic test, that time you use test factory. So test method order, use it to configure the test method execution order for the annotated test class. So if you have multiple tests inside a class, but if you want to execute those according to your requirement, I want to execute this method first, and this method second, and this method third, and this method last, something like that. You want to instruct which method to execute in which order. So that can be done by test method order annotation. So display name declares a custom display name for the test class or test method. So you will give a name to the method, but if you want to give more meaningful name, then by using the display name, you can give your own customized name to the particular method to understand perfectly for what purpose we have written this test method. Okay. @tag. This @tag used to declare tags for filtering tests, either at class or method level. So to filter your tests, so to segregate your tests, to group your test, to categorize your test, you will use tag. Okay. So by taking one example, we'll see what exactly the tag and what is the purpose of this tag. But the tag means group your tests simply. Okay. And disabled. They use it to disable a test class or test method. Because of some reasons, you do not want to execute a particular method or particular class. So you can disable that from execution by using disabled annotation. The @timeout. Use it to fail a test factory, test template, or lifecycle method of its execution exceeds a given duration. Okay. So let's assume we have a method. That method, you want to execute that method within 5 seconds or within 10 seconds. If you are taking more than that, you mark that method as a failure. So how you can do that? By using timeout. Okay. By using timeout annotation, you can achieve that. And @nested. So what is this nested annotation? denote that the annotated class is a non-static nested test class, and before all and after all methods cannot be used directly in a nested test class unless the per class test instance lifecycle is used. Okay, might be confusion, but the nested means you want to group some tests. Okay, then you can use nested annotation to group some particular test methods. So that we'll see in the upcoming videos by taking one example, then it will be very clear. Okay, so in this video or in this slide, I just given an information that there are a number of annotations are available, and these are all the you have more than this, but very frequently used, very useful annotations are these. So I noted down all these things, and I've given a hint that there are so many annotations and what is the purpose of that annotation. So from the next video, if I'm using any annotation, you will be very clear that okay, this annotation is available in the JUnit 5 and the purpose of this annotation is this. So, and I'll explain again there, and I'll show you by taking an example. Okay, that's all in this video. Thank you.